Alright, we're gonna have the video here for the review for the quiz, and on this first one here we're just distributing. Again, don't let fractions be your enemy here. 3 times 7 is 21, and since 21 divided by 4 is some decimal, I'm going to leave it as a fraction. I think it's a little bit easier that way. And then here, instead of doing 3 times 16, I'm going to go ahead and do 16 divided by 4, which is 4, and then 4 times 3 would give me 12. You can go the other route, but I just think that's a little easier. And this one here is going to give me 12x minus 4. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some stuff together. So since this is in fourths, 3 is the same as 12 fourths. So 12 divided by 4 would be still 3. So 21 fourths minus 12 fourths would give me 9 fourths. So that's my coefficient on the x. 12 plus 5 is 17. And I got 12x minus 4. All right. Now I'm going to do two things at once. I'm going to add this 4 over to get rid of that, and I'm going to subtract 9 fourths x. And since, again, I'm working in fourths, I'm going to change this 12 to 48 fourths. 48 divided by 4 is still 12. And then I can do this. 17 plus 4 is 21. And over here, 48 fourths minus 9 fourths would give me 39 fourths. Okay. Now I'm going to multiply by 4. And that gives me 84 equal to 39x, and divide by 39, and that's how I'm going to leave it. I do think that actually does divide evenly by 3. Let's see, that's 18 thirteenths. The AP exam won't have you make you simplify, so actually 84 39ths would be acceptable, but either one of these obviously is correct. But that is kind of a nice thing about the AP exam, is that we don't have to worry about simplifying stuff. All right, then we've got an absolute value one. So again, what I'd do is think about, what is this saying? It's saying the absolute value of something is greater than 9. So right away I'm thinking, well, what numbers have an absolute value greater than 9? Numbers that were greater than or equal to 9, or numbers that are less than or equal to negative 9. Like negative 10, negative 11, negative 12, those absolute values are bigger than 9. As are these. So this 2x plus 5 could be over here less than negative 9, or 2x plus 5 could already be greater than 9, one or the other. Then I can just, like I said, once you have it set up, it's pretty simple from there. Just don't make a silly mistake. We get x is less than or equal to negative 7, or over here if we subtract 5 and divide by 2, we get x greater than or equal to 2. So those are our two possibilities, and then if I put that in interval notation, this to be less than negative 7 means I could go all the way towards the negative infinity side, and I would bring that from negative infinity up to negative 7. I can equal that according to this, or I could equal 2 and I could go out in this direction towards positive infinity, one or the other. All right. So those are my two possibilities. All right, on this one here, if I distribute, I get 2 times 3 is 6, x times x is x squared, and then 2x times 1 is a minus 2x. Okay. If I combine, I get 10x squared plus 10x equals 60. Now I'm going to subtract that 60 over. Since it's a quadratic, I'm going to get it equal to 0. All right, and then I'm going to divide everything by 10 to make this x squared plus x minus 6 equals 0. And then I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to equal negative 6 and add to equal 1. Those are 3 and negative 2. And so x could equal negative 3 or positive 2. So that's not too bad. A little distribution, not bad from there. Over here, we're going to go through. Now this is probably how many of us solved it. Divide by 5, we get x to the 3/4 equals negative 8. And if we think of doing the reciprocal of this, go to the 4/3 power, then what we might think to do is say, well, what's the third root of negative 8? What times stuff 3 times would give me negative 8, which would be negative 2. And then do negative 2 to the 4th power, which would give us 16. Okay. Now the only trouble is if you put 16 back in and try it, it doesn't work. All right. So this actually has no solution. And so you have to be a little careful with these things. And the problem is with this even. So for example, if we had the equation square root of x equals -3, and we said, well, I want to square both sides here, I would have gotten x equal to 9. And that would make you think that it's right, except that the square root of 9 is 3. Now, some of you might say, well, isn't it sometimes positive or negative? And that's really only in certain circumstances, all on its own. When it's just hanging out by itself, square root of 9 is +3, not -3. And so this is what we call an extraneous root. It's real important for you to kind of check these out and see if they work after you're done. But in this case here, the true answer was no solution. If you have 16 on your paper, don't beat yourself up. But no solution technically is correct there.